Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. 2021 is in the books, so I thought I'd take a look back and just reminisce on what a crazy year 2021 was. And that's what I want to talk about on today's episode. So roll that intro. So like I said in the intro, 2021 was an insane year, and I'm not just going to sit here and bullshit. We all know why this year pretty much sucked. But there were some things that helped me get through the year, and that's what I'm going to focus on. This isn't going to be a sad and down video. I want to talk about the positive things from this year, because this whole world's fucked up right now. So I think talking about things that are positive helps out. So first thing I'm going to start off with is these amiibos. Now, I don't even know why I have these on the table. I just thought they would be cool to display. And I finally opened up my Shovel Knight figures. So I thought that was really cool that I put them up here and just give you guys something to look at while I'm just rambling on. And in my buddy Ron Man's video, he kind of went over some games that he beat this year. And I think that was such a cool idea, because having all these games, you would think that I'd just be playing games all the time and beating them. But just with anything else, life gets in the way, or work, or whatever. So I'm going to focus on a couple games that I beat. I actually beat Batman for the Sega Genesis. I beat Chuck Rock 2 for the Sega Genesis. I beat Jurassic Park Rampage Edition for the Sega Genesis. And I beat X-Men for the Sega Genesis. I love the Sega Genesis, and I don't talk about it a lot on the channel. I plan to talk about it more. I love playing the Sega Genesis. It was a console I grew up with, so I love talking about it. I played a lot of Super Nintendo this year, and I think that's mainly because, let's be honest, it's the best system of all time. It's my favorite system of all time, and I find myself going back to this system over and over. And like Rod Man was talking about on his video, he plays mostly retro games now, and I completely understand where he's coming from. I do play current gen games. I find myself playing these more, and I think it's a lot of reasons. But something about this year that was so shitty, those memories and that nostalgic feeling that I got from playing these old games that I played when I was a kid, it really just, it helped me out through the year, no doubt. So a couple Super Nintendo games that I beat this year was Combat Tribes for the Super Nintendo. I almost beat Rock and Roll Racing for the Super Nintendo, which if you've ever played that game, it's incredibly hard. So I'm not going to count it, but it's an honorable mention because I got damn far in it. What else did I beat? I kept them over here. You can't see them, but I kept them in a stack over here. When I would beat one, I would add one to the stack. Mortal Kombat 2, who hasn't beat that? But it was just a game that I popped in and went through the bracket and beat, so I added it to the list. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters. That's another game that I beat. And another game that I beat for Super Nintendo during the Halloween season was Super Castlevania 4. I had to have some help from Ron Man on that one because, man, that one was tough. It had been a while since I played it. And I texted him up and was like, hey, man, I'm having trouble with this. So he just starts spitting out strategies on how to beat it. And let's not get into the Mega Man X series, because I was texting that dude like every 20 minutes. And he knew the fucking exact order, what I was needing to be looking for, hidden shit in the levels. I don't know if he's talked a lot about Mega Man X 1, 2, or 3 on his channel, but that dude is a guru on those games. So he definitely helped me get pretty far in the Mega Man X games. I didn't beat any of them, but I got damn close. So shout out to Ron Man for that. Some of the movies I saw this year were just incredible, and it was wild because most of the stuff came out like on Disney Plus or, you know, Netflix, because all the movie theaters are shut down around here. But some of the movies that I saw this year that really stuck out to me and that were some of my favorites, and they don't have to be movies that came out this year, it's just movies that I actually saw this year for the first time. I'll just name 3 movies that I saw this year that I think you all should check out because they're incredible. The first movie I want to talk about is a movie called Mid-90s. And if you know anything about the 1990s or any of the fashion or any of the actual culture and atmosphere of the 90s, this movie just has all that and more. It was actually produced by Jonah Hill, and it's kind of loosely based on his life in the 90s. Everything in this movie is from the 90s. All the backdrop, all the drinks, all the chips, all the background, everything, cars, outfits, skateboards, music, everything is from the 90s. So if you guys love a trip like that, definitely check out mid-90s. Another movie that I watched this year, I think a lot of people saw this, and it's one of the best superhero movies I think I've ever seen. And I'm not a huge Marvel fan, but I did see the brand new Spider-Man that came out. I know why the movie's fantastic, but it's hard to put into words. It's just the best superhero movie I think I've ever seen. And there's quite a few superhero movies out, especially Marvel movies, but I think it's my favorite. And one big reason why I really enjoyed it, I can't really talk about because there's so many spoilers out there, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen it yet. Just so many nostalgic feels in this movie, and Tom Holland is incredible. I can't wait to see him in the Uncharted movie. When I went and saw this one, they had a preview for the Uncharted movie, and that was just, it looked incredible. So that's another movie that I really enjoyed this year. And the last movie I want to talk about was actually on Netflix, and it's a movie called Palmer, starring Justin Timberlake. This movie will just move you. I don't know how else to say it. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but if you have an hour and a half to 2 hours, check out the movie. It's called Palmer, and it's absolutely incredible. So that's just a couple of movies I saw this year that really stuck out to me. Now I want to talk about things that I want to do for the channel in 2022, because this channel isn't ending, and I got a whole nother year worth of shit planned. So what I want to focus on in 2022, that's a good question. One of the things that I'm going to focus on, and I don't know how it's going to do, but fuck it, it's my channel, and that's what I want to talk about, is definitely G.I. Joe. I'm a huge G.I. Joe fan, and I haven't shown my collection off on the channel, but I've actually shown a couple figures that I've bought over the last year or so on my pickups videos. But G.I. Joe is an incredible action figure line. I grew up with it, and I still collect it now. So I will definitely be showing off tons of G.I. Joe from the vintage line, which is 1982 through 1994. And I can't wait to talk about it because I'm in love with G.I. Joe, and there are so many fantastic characters. So be on the lookout because I'll be making G.I. Joe content also. As usual, I'm going to keep talking about Ninja Turtles. Nothing's going to change there. I might get into my vintage figures a little bit and just talk about action figures from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because, like I said, I'm a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. That's pretty much it. So definitely going to be talking about Ninja Turtles also. Another thing I'd love to start doing on the channel is doing more reviews. Now, I'm not very good at reviews because I don't know why. It's just not my forte. I'm no Ron Man over here. I'm more like Mr. Wee. This game's fantastic. This game's awesome. Like, that's pretty much all I say when I do reviews. So I'm definitely gonna get some help from Ron Man and be a little more honed in on the art of the review. So definitely Ron Man's gonna have to help me out with that. So I plan on doing more reviews on the channel. And one more thing that I would love to start doing more this year of is reviewing video game magazines. Now, I'm an extremely huge retro video game magazine collector. I don't show them off ever on the channel, but I did already film one, but they're extremely long episodes. But it's basically just me with the camera, just sitting here flipping through every page of an issue and just talking a little bit about everything that I see and just the entire book in general. Something about that just really takes me back to the early 90s when I was sitting with my uncle and my cousins and we would read these magazines nonstop. So I plan to talk about more video game magazines. Well, that just about does it. I don't have a whole lot to talk about, but I just wanted to get this video out real quick and talk about 2021 and then the future of the channel, which is 2022. So that's my year in review for 2021. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching my channel. All the love goes to you because if it wasn't for you guys watching my stuff, I'd have no reason to do this. I love talking about the past and telling stories for you guys and just making videos. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Or not, who gives a fuck? I'm still going to be here banging these videos out. And until next time, keep on reminiscing, baby.
First thing I notice is this weird pose this guy's making. Looks like he's trying to like sneak out of there with all the cool Nintendo gear. I can't say I blame him. I would do it too.